This is Allison Hunt, and this is the Haven Bell Trilogy, Book 3, EZRAH, Chapter 8. Sorry, it's been taking me a long time to finish putting my audios up. I've had a lot of things going on. Okay, so this is Chapter 8, Stop Windsfeld, Attempt 1. Zach went to Drake, taking all of the feathers he had with him. His feathers attacked first with air fans. The Drakens had shields, and they as well had fan blades, but could not fly. Once the feathers saw the skill of the Drakens' fans, they flew back into the air, where they were safer and out of reach. Many came down and sword fought with the Drakens, who were so skilled at the spear that they slapped all of the feather swords away. The feathers lifted back into the air, but the Drakens started using lasers on them, and they started falling from the sky. Trimidoc swooped in, torching the Drakens, but they held their shields over them and blocked the wall of flames. The great dragon flew back up. The lasers couldn't hurt the dragon. Zach turned around and scorched the troops again. Many Drakens began to retreat underground. Pharisif came with Trillium, who was being carried by the feathers. The opposing feathers' armies began to fight each other. Jake, Isabel, Jack, Nemi, and Zephyr were suspended and flew with them. Jack was certain he could shoot Zach down if needed. He was hoping Zephyr could fix Zach for good. They brought Zephyr in, who shielded the incoming arrows. "Listen to me. We must bring down the one upon the dragon. We must take the bag from him before he opens it and uses it." They turned and chased the dragon, and many feathers got killed by Trimidoc's flames. "Charge up! Don't hit the eye!" The wizards all gathered their energy and blasted Zach, but he dove and missed the beam. "Quick, fly me to him so I can get into his mind," Zephyr said. They flew him close to Zach. "Make the dragon go and give me the eye," Zephyr yelled. Zach almost did give him the eye, but an Aztrax ship appeared and beamed Zephyr up. "I got him," said Isabel, and she shot Zach's wing. He fell, but he never let go of the eye. Evan and Caleb hadn't arrived yet, and that made things harder. Zach landed in the water and swam himself to the shore of Drake. When he got there, he pulled the arrow out of his wing and screamed. He sat down on the sand. "I can fix that, you know," said a voice. "Evan?" "No, I'm Caleb Locks. I can heal that wound. I have orts and healing magic." "You're not going to kill me? I can't even see you." "I don't care about the eye. I want the scepter." "What for?" Zach couldn't read him. "For Zephyr." "Did he spell you like he did to me? Don't you want that scepter for yourself, Blood Prince?" "No, I want Jody, a centaur. She couldn't come with us. She has no magic." "Where is your father?" "Somewhere around here. I ran off to find you. You must go into the sea and try to get the scepter. I'm going to sneak it to Zephyr. I'll fix your wing. Come here." Caleb fixed it but stayed invisible so Zach couldn't zap him. "That does feel better. I don't think there's any way to get that thing." "Yes, there is. EZRAH is married into the family now. He can get it for sure. So get back on the dragon, wait for him to come, and use powers on him." "I don't feel like getting shot by elves or being killed by fan blades." "You have the dragon and the eye. He will show up to find you. Force him to get the scepter for me. Scare them all with dragon flames. Do it now." Locks pushed. Zach did as told and summoned Trimidoc. "Take me with you," said Locks. They rode together, blowing flames. EZRAH did show up, throwing air blades at his father. "You must give them the eye, Father. You're doing a foolish thing. Zephyr was on an Aztrax ship, and they will kill all of us for using our magic like this. You must stop, and I do not want to hurt you." Zach ignored him so that he would get closer. 2 Aztrax ships appeared, which frightened all of the wizards. The fairies came in and surrounded Zach. "Father, get rid of it!" EZRAH couldn't bear the thought of watching his father die, so he did something he learned from Zen. When he had tried to get the eye and couldn't beat Wayne's new program, It wasn't Evan that had attacked him. It was Zen. He had been wearing the cloak and had been the one that stabbed him. He could never figure out what hurt his shoulder so badly until he lived in Drake. They had these things called grappling hooks, and Zen had used it wisely. EZRAH shot the hook through the fairies, and it dug into Zach's shoulder. Zach dropped the eye, and the dragon began to fall. The hook pulled Zach straight to EZRAH, and as they fell into the sea, grabbed EZRAH's head. Then Zach's wings began to freeze with frost. They fell, and both of them transformed. Zach was still bleeding. EZRAH still had his pack, as he was always prepared for the sea. He pulled out some medicine and put it in Zach's wound. Try to put this suit on. It stays put through transformations. Excellent. He put it on. I'm sorry about your shoulder, Father. I cannot get the scepter. You're one of them now. You must know how. I do not. Only they can get it, not I. You must find one of them and make them give it to me, EZRAH. I don't know where they are. Drake has been raided, remember? I don't even know where my wife is. I came here to stop you from getting everybody killed. You can't have Cheyenne back. I know this, but if I can kill Zazel, I'll win the scepter forever, and he owes me. Owes you his life? Did you ever stop to think he saved your life and his son saved my life? Do you remember that he was the one who saved Cheyenne from Duran? If it weren't for him and the Drakens, Grandfather Nezha would have died in Ortso instead of pass away a few summers ago. You all would have died in Ortso trying to find them. He kept her safe. Cheyenne and the scepter were erased for your protection. You walked through the grove twice and you're still looking for it. I can't believe you, Father. Why can't you just love my mother and stay? I do love your mother, EZRAH. I want that scepter, and you will get it for me by whatever means necessary. Zach pressed. Zach grabbed EZRAH's arm to push into him harder, but when he did, his wings got really cold, so he let go. What are you doing to my wings? I don't know. You're going to use your blades to fight the Zazels, all of them, even Cheyenne. Are you better at air fans or water blades? Both. Then fight them down here. Summon all of the EZRAH, too. Dun, 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 he's getting EZRAH into trouble now. Zephyr was beamed up and Zen stunned him. Zephyr was frightened, awaiting a certain death, and then Jocelyn appeared. Jocelyn? You have to come with me, Zephyr. You still remember me? He didn't erase you? Do you still love me? Yes, that's why you must come. She wants me badly, Zephyr. Just read her. Zen smiled devilishly. Zephyr did. He couldn't help it, and he didn't like it one bit. Zen was getting his kicks for sure. You think elves like feathers, Uncle? Turns out elves just love draken feathers. You are lucky, for if I had not made the oath, I would take her from you. Jocelyn's emotions over that statement spiked out all around her, although she said nothing at all. Both of the men felt it. "Paw!" Zephyr hissed at him. That shit won't work on me, Alasius. I can break you in two. Take him down there, Jocelyn. Then I want his ogre ass off of my ship. Zen returned to the bridge, and Jocelyn took Zephyr to the horses. Since he was stunned, she made the Pegahorn touch his hand. He felt all of his powers disappear in a flash. No, Jocelyn, what have you done? At last, Zephyr, we are free now. The Prince of Havenville told me that if I erased your powers, he would let me leave with you. No, damn it, I was helping them. All of them, like you wanted. I was going to stop Zach, and you stopped me. I'm the only one that can do it. No, Zephyr, you're wrong. We must both go out there together. But I don't have any powers thanks to you. No, Zephyr, we forgot. You are an elf just like me. We must set up an ambush on land. We are good at creeping and we both shoot really well. I still have my powers too. I never touched the Pegahorn. I still have my powers too. I never touched the Pegahorn. I will protect you. We must go with our mothers, my father and grandfather." "Will he pick them up?" "No, we don't have to. He'll drop us off in Elkstaff." "That's nowhere near Drake. Your father will take me, but what about everyone else?" "That's easy. My father takes you and your mother, and my grandfather takes me and mine. They can both take themselves and 2 others." "How do you know that?" "I'm a Falconberry." "Can you do that too?" "No, I'm a girl, Zephyr." They asked Zin, and he dropped them off in Elkstaff. All were happy to see Jocelyn again, but they looked hard at the Ortson. "Where did you go? Everything got worse," Trillium scolded. "They took me. Jocelyn had my powers erased." "No, we were so close to ending this," Jake complained. "Finally, Zephyr," Trillium rejoiced. "No, that's really bad right now. I need them, but we have another plan. All of us elves are going to trap him on land. We may have to hurt one of his wings to keep him from flying, but it'll be worth it. Where's Evan and his family at?" "They're already there, and Evan's mind is much stronger than Zach's, and that is good. As long as Caleb doesn't use Zach to get the scepter." "Why would he do that?" "Because I told him to. He just doesn't remember I told him." "How can that be?" "I spelled him. I spelled Zach too. I wanted Zach to get it and Caleb to kill him and bring it to me. That way I wouldn't have to challenge either Windspelled or their wings. That way I would just have to fight a Draken. I'm sorry." "I hope your spells left them with your powers, stubborn Ortson. Your father, you, and that damn wand." Trillium was tired of this crap. "Wait," Jack Falconberry approached Zephyr. "I used to be an outcast too, the bad guy. Even the bad guys hated me. I was a mutt. No one believed in me, not even myself. Someone else had to help me. Your great-grandmother Serenity believed in my heart, and I shall believe in yours, to make you come back like I did." "But why? All of you hate me." "I don't," Jocelyn said quickly. "I don't," said Trillium. "I don't hate you, Zephyr. I know you love Jocelyn," Isabel smiled. "Father?" Jocelyn asked her father, Jake, who just frowned. Mainly because Zephyr kind of reminded him of himself, a little shit. "Don't say you hate him, Father, please," Jocelyn begged. Jake scanned Zephyr, who was helpless now. He felt all of Zephyr's emotions, mostly the ones in which his daughter had no longer remembered or wanted Zephyr anymore. She had even cried out that she loved EZRAH in front of Zephyr. Jocelyn wanted another man, even more than Zephyr too, and he felt it all, and it really hurt his big, hard Ortson heart, his heart of fire. "Tell you what, Zephyr, with your powers you are an Alasius, and without them you are a Josephera. I like you much more without them. I will grant you permission to marry her if you can stop this." "I can't, Jake. I lost my powers." "No, you didn't, Zephyr," answered Jack. "I got 'em. I can scramble. It's even stronger than what you had. I got it from Nemi. She has it too and passed it to Jocelyn because she's a girl." "What?" Jocelyn replied. She didn't know she had it. "I don't have much time to teach you how to use it," Nemi said. "Yes," exclaimed Zephyr. "We can stop him even if we must take a wing." "Trillium and Zephyr, I must teach you my tricks now. I must teach you what I know about shooting," Isabel insisted. "What about Jocelyn?" Zephyr inquired. "I know how to shoot. I'm a Falconberry. I beat you every time, Zephyr, except when I let you win." "Why?" "Family secret. Please teach us what you know, and fast." "Send Denzer a shuttle." "You're not going to hurt him, are you?" Gabriel asked. "It doesn't matter, ground ghost." "Screw you, sire. You think I want to be here? My best friend is living it up out there with a woman with wings. With wings just like yours. I'm tired of having to hide." Zin stopped and looked at him with a gentle tilt of his head, one of his father's traits. Understood. I too am tired of having to hide. If all goes as planned, you won't have to stay here anymore. I was raised to kill by my father. I was trained to be 10 steps ahead of everyone else. I was without emotions. I am with them now, and it changes things. I now understand his mercy that I never understood before. Why would you let anyone escape? I wanted to kill Ezra Winsfeld, unlike you could ever imagine, and I had no pity for him. It should have been easy for me. I felt I had failed my family and my mission. I realized I saved him only because of my sister's heart. I was living off of her heart and not my own, and I pitied her because she truly loves him. I had mercy. Where are we going, young sire? To stop him. What if the Oxlars come down? I don't know yet. You should find your family and go talk to them. Talk to the other spirits and ask them for help. I don't think we have time. Yes, we do. Let's bring up your family. Can you switch dimensions here? Yes. Where are they? Let's get them now. They are in the sea and my wife is on land. Then let's go. I'll hold off Winsfeld. The craft is fireproof and we can get close to him. Denzer and Wayne were zapped up on one craft and Sage was zapped up on another. Wayne was angry. Permission to talk to these pricks, Father? Wayne asked, and Denzer smiled. But of course, be my guest. Send transmission. This is Wayne of AZRAH, and I would like my family back, you space ghosties. Denzer was in stitches. That child is not allowed out there. You wipe those fools out once the bombs start flying. You do your job and we'll bring them back. Screw you, Denzer shouted. We're going to try to stop you, oxheads. We can end this without killing them. Or we can fly down there and explode their heads ourselves one at a time. All we have to do is turn up the frequency. You either take them all out or we slowly do it by ourselves, but mind you, it is very ugly. I'm not going to do what you say, Denzer stated. You are disobeying all of the spirits. Nay, I know 2 of them who would agree with me that there are other ways, even young mean sire. He wanted to kill my ass, but he didn't for some reason. I really pissed him off too, but even he would agree with me on this. Nay, we also have your fairy Hannah and your fairy AZRAH, Denzer. Do your job. End transmission. Denzer looked at his son for a moment. Wayne saw a new transmission coming and turned on the monitors. It was Gabriel. Gabriel, what are you doing? Where's the ogre? Young sire stole his ship. He also had him erased. He's out there with the others. Ah, Denzer complained. I hate to see him out there helpless. I like him. We're going to stop Winsfeld. Don't kill him. Any of you. Young sire just wants him stopped. Where is sire? He went into spirit form. He's going for help. They'll be gone a while. Oxheads took Hannah and Sage. They won't give them back until we wipe them out. Then sire better not be gone too long, or you'll never get him back. I know, but at least if anything happens, they will be safe. Caleb crawled out of the sea and his parents zapped him. You just can't help yourself, can you, boy? A little Orton bomb. I thought you were going to stick with us this time, Evan growled. Caleb lay there panting. What the hell were you doing? Sasha asked. Yeah, what are you up to? Evan pressed. I must get that scepter for Zephyr. But you hate Zephyr. Wait, Sasha said, and grabbed her son's face with both of her hands. She looked him deep in the eye. Did Zephyr ever speak the ancient language or ever chant anything to you? Yeah, he talked that mumbo-jumbo all the time. That's not good, Sasha said. I know the ancient language, Evan said. Do you know any spells in the ancient language? Sasha asked Evan. No, none. Why? Zephyr knows them all. How can that be? Trillium, the elves, and the wizard training. Then through me. He was never taught any Ortson sorcery because he was never around Ortsons until he met Duran. Stop calling me Duran. I like Caleb. Caleb is not Ortson. What kind of name is that, Evan? It's stupid. Ortson, like Duran, Alexander, or Torna. I wanted a name like Jacob, Evan admitted. You never taught me the ancient language or Ortson magic, Caleb complained. I taught you a little, some that help, not harm. So you know how to harm people? Yes, you don't need to know that stuff. You have many, many powers as it is. Why do you have to be stubborn like that, Mother? I'm an Ortson and very stubborn indeed. Just like you are, Eepaw. What the hell does Eepaw mean? Caleb screamed, and Evan was startled. Sasha smiled. It means stupid puppet, and that's exactly what you are. Zephyr has you spelled, and he did it with special words. He learned all of it when he first met me. He saw all of my memories and teachings. I need to fix you back up. These are the conditions. If you ever betray us again, I will use dark magic upon you, and I will turn you into an owl. Stop Winsfeld, attempt 2. Ezra and Zach had found the eye by the shores of Drake. They stood by the boundaries. I have an idea, Ezra. What? Throw the eye into the door. What? What if it explodes or something? That would not be good. What have we got to lose? But once it's in there, I can't pull it back out. Nay, I can still pull things. I'll pull it back. You're crazy. Zach threw the eye in, and the door opened. It startled them both, and they quickly swam in before the machine reset. They went into a large dwelling with strange machinery about. They didn't see anything of any value other than a bunch of parts they didn't understand, so they left. Zach pulled the eye and threw it again to open the lasers. When they came out, blades whizzed by them. They ducked and hid. Ezra pulled 4 blades and looked at his father. Stay behind me and use your magic on them, everything you've got. Out of the shadows came 3 Adrella feathers and 1 normal one. They threw blades at Ezra, but Ezra was faster and knocked them all away. Ezra touched his necklace, and many Adrella came out to defend him. He threw more of them in a circle slashing style, and Zen and Winter backed up. They blocked all but 1 shot, and Zen got cut on his arm. Ezra threw again, and this time he cut Winter's chest, just barely. Get the king, Ezra! Get the scepter! Ezra went straight for Winter, who threw 4 blades at him, but Ezra was just as fast as he. Winter drew 5 this time and held them all in one hand. He turned around really fast and threw them. They came at Ezra on all different levels. That was a deadly move, but Zach helped push the blades away. He slid them to Ezra, but before he picked them up, Winter was already armed with more. He and Zen threw 8 blades total, and Ezra beat every shot. Zach pulled all of the blades to him again. Eventually, they would run out of blades, and the scepter would be his. 2 more Adrella appeared, both female. See, because Zen and Winter can't drag or pull or suspend anything. Mother? Zach asked. Yes, Zach. Leave the scepter and the king alone. Go back to Fairy Island. You are not the chosen one. No, Mother, I'm going to kill Zazel for all he has done to me. You are a fool. Don't make me fight you. I will kill you, son. Father, listen, she will. She's the one who taught me the way of the blade. Then Autumn came out and stood between Ezra and her family and Zach and his mother. Ezra halted all of the Adrella, and he stopped and looked at her. Ezra, kill them. Get the scepter. Autumn? I don't know what's going on. Autumn came up to him and touched him. Careful, Ez. You're nervous and you're frosting me. Frosting you? Yes. She pressed her forehead to his. He was beautiful and special in EZRAH form as well. You are now free of his spell on you. You could fight it when you saw me because you have some of my powers too. Winter came up to Zack holding a blade. Winter touched Zack's head and held the blade against his neck with the other hand. "Don't!" Zack's mother screamed. "He won't stop. Give me the eye and get out of here, Winsfeld." "I dropped it. I don't know where it is." He used everything he had to say that sentence, and Sierra's magic worked. "You need the fairies. You are under a spell," Winter observed. "Go to them." "You must leave, Zack," Cheyenne told him, and he left. "I told you not to get close to him," Winter chewed EZRAH. "You're lucky you didn't have the key or get the scepter for him. You're lucky to get out of that with Autumn's power. I forgot to teach you how to use them because I forgot you could still gain them. You fight very well with the blade, EZRAH. I am very proud. You can beat me, especially with your father's help. You can beat all of us. Your blood tie to us is sacred, and if you break it, we shall perish, and so will the order of nature and the order of Havenbell. Do you understand?" "Yes, I understand." "Don't let anyone spell you. I must give you Zen's cloak, EZRAH. You must obey me." "I don't think he's going to give up, and he's under a spell. He's not even getting it for himself anymore." Zen brought them out of the sea to Maylene, where Zara was. He opened the laser traps and they all went in. "Listen, we must go talk to the spirits." "What for?" Winter was still keeping this secret from EZRAH. "The Oxlar. The Aztrak left Alasius in charge and took off. That got their attention, and there's a quad-breed Aztrak out there." "Very good reasons. I'm surprised you've thought about this." "We need to board the ship. I don't know if I want Zara up there or not." "Why not?" Zara pouted. "Because when we are finished, we may be in the middle of a war, and being on the shuttle will be very dangerous. She should stay in Maylene, or even better. Where's your key to the back of the mountains, Father?" "You're going to lock me up?" "Yes, no one will be able to find you. I'll give you that key, but we must give EZRAH the cloak so that he can stop Zack." "Agreed. You are the most skilled warrior in all the lands, EZRAH, and if anyone spells you, we are doomed." "Thank you, brother. Good luck. Stop him before the Oxlar get here." The ship appeared and Zen gave EZRAH the cloak. He flew to find his father. Zen used the ship to take Zara to the mountains and left her supplies. When they boarded, they switched dimensions. Zack still had the eye because he took it after they entered the boundaries. His powers were drained, so he stayed in the sea for a while. He came out in Phaethia. He summoned the dragon and flew to get his feather army back. The Falconberries followed him. It was nighttime, and Zack pulled the eye. It protected him. He easily took most of the feathers with his powers, and Pharisef came out to fight him. Tremedok chased him, shooting flames, but EZRAH had given him a Draken shield, and it made all of the difference. Pharisef shot a beam at Zack, and it hit him. Zack bent over, but still had a lot of power. The feathers shot their fans against Pharisef, but Pharisef was very well trained, and he used all his powers along with his fans to fight them back. The dragon shot flames again, and Pharisef shielded them, but he started to fall. He caught himself using the wind and steadied. Zephyr could see this from above. "Jack, quickly, you must grab Evan and Evan's son now." Jack left, and Jake and Isabel followed. "What are we going to do?" Trillium asked. "You and Jocelyn stay here by the trap. He may come through this way still. Both of you, shoot beams into the air." "What for?" "I need a ship." The girls began shooting beams, and Gabriel's ship came right away. "Let me in, I need a ship," he yelled in the ancient tongue. "I can't let you. This is young Sire's ship, and he hates you." "Send Denser." "Send transmission." "Your little ogre buddy is throwing a fit out there with the others. I can't take him. Young Sire detests him." "Agreed." "Why can't I go with you?" Jocelyn asked. "Because I know how to use those weapons, and this will be very dangerous. Stay with Mother. I love you, Jocelyn. Denzer's ship came to Phaethia. I love you too. There you are, you little shit, Denzer spoke through the intercom in the ancient language. He beamed Zephyr up. It's not my fault. The craft was stolen from me. I know. Young sire hates me too. Denzer, new father, I want my own shuttle. I must save my other father Farisef from Winsfeld. We must all fight the Oxlar together. Denzer smiled and gave his new son a ship. Power shuttle on my command, Zephyr Josephera said. He left, picked up Farisef, and went straight for the dragon. They found the Loxes and went to battle Zack. Zack, stop this. Many will die because of you. Let it go. Don't get yourself killed. I hate him, Evan. He never let me have a chance with her. He stole her and erased her. It doesn't matter anymore, Zack. EZRAH will have children with her daughter. There's nothing you can do. I can kill him and get the scepter. So you can rule all lands? No, I must give it to Lox. Trimidoc fired upon them, but Jack could shoot fire too, and he did, right at the dragon. The dragon reeled and turned away from them, but because of the use of his magic, Jack was losing his grip on being able to hold them. Evan and Caleb lowered. Jack, land and rest. Jake, you must take me to him. They landed and traded off. Zack, get rid of the dragon. Don't chase the scepter. I don't want it, Caleb yelled. 4 Aztrax ships showed up and surrounded the dragon. This scared the rest of the wizards. Let go of the eye or they will kill you, Zack. Evan pressed with all he had, but he was weak. Zack refused and Zephyr fired at him. One of the beams hit the eye and came back, striking the ship. Quickly, Zephyr ordered. Zephyr, Jocelyn screamed as she saw the shuttle fall. Evan, along with the sun, stopped the ship from crashing and placed it upon the ground. Caleb helped save the ghosties. Zephyr and Gabriel had escaped in a smaller shuttle, and they went back up to fight the dragon. 5 Oxlar ships appeared. They were triangle-shaped and much larger than the Aztrax ships. Send transmission. Oh, it's the Ortson. The Oxlar raised their frequency a bit, and Farisef and Zephyr could hear the screeching. They both grabbed their heads. Leave me alone! I don't have powers anymore, Zephyr screamed. Yes, you do. You have Jocelyn's, Farisef reminded. I do? In transmission. The screen went black and both the men rejoiced. She can do something that may be the only way to control those ghosties. It's called the scramble. I must try that on them. The controls flashed continuously. Denzer grew irritated. Fine, Oxheads. Send transmission. What are you doing, Wayne? The woman on the screen said. Mother, I'm fighting the wizards. They want to kill all of you now. You left Aztrax. You left Aztrax too. We all hate it. We all hate our job. The Oxheads, they make us do it. Denzer, you have a fairy Aztrax coming, and you'll never see it if you don't do your job. I am doing my job if all of you Oxheads would get out of the way. Wait, Mother is an Oxlar? Yes, Stubborn is an Oxhead too. So I'm not an Aztrax? I'm a tri-breed, right? Or what does that make me? Difficult to explain. I'm half Oxlar and half human, Aztrax, but your mother is an Oxlar, which makes you much more like them because there is little human in you. Which would explain why you never listened to me. Yes, I hid it from you. Why? Because they wanted to take you two back to Oxlar. Your mother let me keep you so I wouldn't be lonely. You and your child can do what they can do. Your wife can sometimes, after she has loved you. I had to keep your powers at bay so they wouldn't take you too. You wanted to leave Aztrax with those powers. Even worse, you programmed yourself and split. So did you. Well, I'm listening to you now. I'm listening to you too. Attack! Dinser shouted, and 4 laser beams were shot at the Oxar ship. 3 hit the ship and it swayed. I wouldn't do that if I were you. We are all upon this ship. In transmission. Attack! Dinser commanded, and the shuttle launched 4 more lasers at the Oxar ship. It fell into the sea. You killed them! Nay, I have seeing tears. I know right where they are. If you look at those things too much, you're going to twist yourself up real good. I'm already twisted, son, Dinser smiled. And besides, it was the Oxlar that made them from Oxlarian crystals. We can resist the damage. Even the spirits can't resist the damage. That's why I have them. What's Oxlar like, Father? It's better than Aztrak, but it's very dark and very different from this land. Do you think I'll ever see it? I hope not. They would keep you. Son, I'm starting to understand them better now. How do you mean? See, I think that the Oxlar hate us. Why? It's because we get to live here and they do not. We are half human. They're not allowed on the land. Neither are we, and we really piss them off. They are controlled by the Gonza. Since neither can be here, the Oxlar control us. They don't want us to enjoy this land because they cannot. You are right. Much good can come out of mixed breeding. The Oxlar wish to have this land for themselves one day. They keep us underground because they are not allowed here at all. Not unless we wipe out all of the wizards. Our vacation set them ablaze. That's because it's against the rules. Nay, it's only against the Oxlar rules, not the Gonza. The spirits don't keep us in the ground. The spirits' rule is not to mate with the others. They are angry for one reason only, jealousy. But we are all ruled by the spirits, and they would agree with us. We work for the Oxlar and the spirits. They only sometimes have to agree with the spirits. They don't have to. There's not much the spirits of our planet can do to them. They have their own spirits in Oxlar, but they can harm us. So why don't we talk to the Gons and ask them for help? Then the Oxlar would have to obey. We're not allowed to talk to them. They refuse to let us at all, and I think I know why. Why? Jealousy. Screw it then. Attack, Wayne commanded. Stop Winsfeld. Attempt 3. The trap. I can't get to his mind. We even zapped him. The eye is helping him, Evan said. I have to shoot him off. I don't want him shot by the Aztrax, Jake admitted. Ezra was invisible, and he could resist Zack and his powers. He could also fly. He threw a spear through his father's wing, and he fell off of the dragon and dropped the eye. Caleb pulled the eye to him and gave it to Evan, who disappeared with it. Zack crawled into the shores of Phadia and ripped the spear out of his wing. He was bleeding and everything was quiet. He crawled through the forest, leaving a trail of blood behind him. Jocelyn and Trillium waited with their bows drawn. No one else had come back yet, and they were alone. They both nodded to each other and remained silent when Winsfeld entered the woods. They remained quiet, and Zack went straight for the trap. There was a fairy potion sitting there, and he needed it. He picked it up eagerly, and he was hung upside down in the trees. Neither of the girls wanted to shoot him, so they crept up on him, and Jocelyn scrambled him. Then they set him free. He ran off because he couldn't fly. They caught up with him, but all at once lasers began to cut through the trees because the Drakens had arrived. All 3 of them stopped and changed directions. They're like going this way after Winsfeld, and they're like, oh shit, and they all changed directions. Just stay low. Trillium spoke to Jocelyn's mind, and she stopped and disappeared elven style with Trillium. Don't move or you are dead. Live to see Zephyr. He'll come back for you. The Drakens brought all of their ships along with all of their warriors. Zach stopped and turned the other way. He still had his powers and his sword. He pulled it and rushed at the Drakens. They had spears and slapped his sword away in an instant. He was outnumbered and unarmed, but he had something they did not, and he used his powers to control them all. Several other ships landed around Phaethia. Heavily armed Centaur unloaded and began to charge the land. I must find Jody. I have to leave. She thinks she's a man and she's not. I must get her. Forgive me. Please, Mother, don't turn me into an owl. I love her. I know, son. Bring her back to us. Caleb turned invisible and left. Kai and Jin stepped off the ship and went with the Drakens to find Winsfeld. Although Zach had lost his sword, he had one weapon left. He made all of the powerless Drakens work for him. Everything moved smoothly until he crossed Jin and Kai. They were putting up a fight and many Drakens were killed or were held up by them. The second they saw Zach, they froze the Drakens and zapped Zach. Zach fell down. It drained their power, but they had no choice. The other Drakens began fighting against them again. They were losing because they were outnumbered and they had lost most of their power. The Drakens came at them, but Ezra showed up, and he had fan blades and spears. He threw his fans at the Drakens, who backed up and began to throw fan blades, but none could reach him. He could fly. He pulled his spears and dove for land. He dodged every arrow and fan. He landed and battled the first group of Drakens. He slapped all of their spears away, then flew away and slapped another 50 away in seconds flat. Well, I'll be damned, Jim shouted, and he and Kai began to slap spears too. Then the Draken's spell was lifted. Zach was scrambled, and they stopped fighting. They stopped fighting Jin, Kai, and Ezra. They allowed them to regain their spears. The Drakens, wizards, elves, and centaur pursued Zach Winsfeld together. Zach drank the potion, and he felt better, but he could not fly, and he was very confused. He came upon a clearing and lay there. The fairies came in and surrounded him. Then 3 feathers and 1 Draken surrounded the fairies. Zach crawled out into the clearing. He was hurt and confused, and everyone was chasing him. The Drakens and Centaur caught up with him, but the fairies quickly moved in, defending their king, feather or not. EZRAH was furious. Someone had scrambled Zach, and she was going to kill whoever that was. It was Jocelyn. The spirits stood around the fairies, and suddenly the world began to spin. The fairies and Zach were in the middle. Winter, spring, summer, and autumn were surrounded in light. I want to mention that in Scepter, when Winter erases Zach, EZRAH knows about that. And not only does it protect EZRAH, it protects her son Ezra, and it protects Zach from dying. So you're not supposed to erase people's memories. If you keep doing it, it makes them retarded and ill and all messed up. But because of the reasons why Winter did that, EZRAH was okay with that. Because it protected her, Zach, and Ezra from dying. But Jack and Nemi teach Jocelyn how to scramble. And it's a really good thing that she doesn't have full power about scramble. But Sarah's like, I am going, and fairies don't kill anybody unless they're being attacked. Or unless you're attacking their king or their queen, they'll attack you. But they won't attack you by themselves unless they're being attacked or you're threatening their king or queen. Well, Sarah's the queen and Zach is the king of the fairies, even though he's not a fairy. She's understood the reasons why Winter erased Cheyenne from Zach's memory, because it did everybody a big, huge favor except for Zach. And in a way, my kid had a good point. A long time ago, my kid's like, Zach's just a player, right? And I go, he was. It doesn't mean that he wouldn't have honored her. Because Winter is so much stronger than Zach, that Winter was using his powers on Cheyenne to convince her that Zach didn't love her. And then my kid's like, well, Winter's, instead of going, Zach's a dick, and no, Winter's a dick, I go, maybe. Zach and Cheyenne are a lot alike, and Winter and Cheyenne are complete opposites. Zach was a player until he met Cheyenne. So here's my clue. In Scepter, when shit hits the fan and Cheyenne is kidnapped and Zach is willing to manipulate Evan and do anything he can, he's not listening to the wizard's orders, and he's manipulating Evan to go fight Duran and find Cheyenne. What his father says before the 7 ships leave, his father looks at Zach and says, go get your girl. Zach is a player, and he already has a kid, which is a secret, and he is an Adrella, and that's a secret too. When his father knows his son and tells him, go get your girl, that means Sierra's not the one he loves. He loves Cheyenne. So yes, Winsfeld does say, yes, I would have married you, man. He stole you. I never got a chance. And he didn't. So if Neja, his dad, knowing the player that he is, knowing that he has a kid, goes, go get your girl, that proves that, yes, he would have honored, he was in love with Cheyenne, he would have married her, and he wouldn't have screwed her over. Maybe for a while he would have played her, and then he would have married her. Okay. So at the same time, Winter is, being a spirit warrior, is a million times stronger than Zach. And a million times smarter than Zach. So whether Zach would have married her or not, and I did want to see them together, and they're totally alike, and then I throw her with her total opposite. He was like cold and unemotional, but he's really smart, okay? I'll tell you what about Winter. So yes, he did use his magic powers on Cheyenne to convince her that his only threat, Winter's not really like Duran. Winter is not a power-hungry asshole. He's cold and unemotional, but he's not power hungry. He doesn't want anyone to know he's the King of Havenbell. It's not that he doesn't want to rule them. It's like, dude, I'll get myself and the scepter gone. So he hides for logical reasons. He's not power hungry at all. At all. He was granted it by the spirits when he was young. So he doesn't really want the power. He doesn't really want to rule all lands. He can, but the more he announces himself, the bigger risk he's going to get killed. So he's smart. So my kid's like, well, just, okay, Zach isn't the dick. Winter's a dick. I go, yeah. But no. Well, if he was using his powers and he was lying to Cheyenne and used his powers to convince Cheyenne that she never be nothing to Winsfeld, who the readers and even the author wanted her to be with Winsfeld and Ezra to end up being the King of Havenbell. True. That's right. I mean, even I wanted Ezra to be the King of Havenbell. Yeah. That was part of the plan. And I go, well, maybe Winter isn't such a dick. Well, why? Well, look, he didn't use his scepter and go out and beat a bunch of bad guys. He doesn't want to kill anybody. He doesn't want to rule the lands. He doesn't want power. The only thing as a spirit he's supposed to do is keep the scepter hidden. Period. So he risks his own life in the flesh without the scepter or without to protect the scepter from falling into the wrong hands. Because that guy that gets it, like Duran, would just kill everybody and leave like nobody left and revel in his power. He just wanted power and control. Number 2, he may not be very emotional, but he's really freaking smart. Number 3, he did use his powers on Cheyenne, and he did convince her that Zach wouldn't have married her when he would have. Otherwise, Neja would have never said, go get your girl. So yeah, he's a dick. But you know what Winter does? He marries her right away. He ain't playing any games. This is very serious. I have a mission. You're not supposed to be involved. But Winter falls in love with her, even though he's tough and he's hard. Military style, right? He changes all his plans. He gets himself in big shit with Denzer and big shit with the spirits because he saved her from Duran. He wasn't supposed to do that because he wasn't supposed to risk his own life to save her or save anybody in Ortso, any of the wizards. He wasn't supposed to show up and do a damn thing. He's supposed to let them all die and keep that scepter down. He didn't want nobody to know he's the king of Havenbell. So, but the thing I love about Winter, he married her right away. Before he touched her, he's like, you must pledge your oath to me. And he's not a control freak. It seems that way. And he is a little controlling and a little jealous. But he went, I'll marry you right now. I'm not going to sleep with nobody. I don't want anybody else. But you have to promise me that you're not going to betray me because I'm the King Havenbell, which is a secret. And you have to do what I say. Otherwise, we're both going to die. But he marries her right away, and then he has a real ceremony. He never strays on her, but he is jealous and he is kind of controlling. But I'm like, give him some credit. The reader and the author's favorite, she should be with Winsfeld, and Ezra should be the King Havenbell. But that's not who the spirits chose to rule. And once I wrote him and Zen into the project, I love them both so much because they're so different from me. I love them for it. That's the way it's going to be. That's the way it's going to be. And everybody was mad at me that I killed Zed. And I was like, I know that sucks because he's like one of the best, awesomest characters in the whole story. And he's so rad. And it's so unexpected. But I had to get Zed out of the way. Not because he was a bad character or deserved it. Because I needed the necklace. And I needed the seat to be open. Because I had plans for Ezra kind of being the king of Adrella. Not the king of Havenbell, but kind of the king of the Adrella, because I had future plans for that. So it's not Zed's fault, man. Winter, spring, summer, and autumn were surrounded in light. They used their powers together to swiftly change through the seasons. Everyone froze. It made everyone stop. No one moved again until it was done. Sarah smiled because they had healed Zach. Zach stood up and Sarah hugged him. I'm not finished. Yes, you are, Zach. No, I just want one thing and you must give it to me, Sarah. One thing before it's over. I must speak to Cheyenne alone. Sarah was very nervous, but agreed. Anything to make him stop leaving. Winter nervously agreed as well. Neither wanted those two alone. Winter left into the sea. So they both know that they're in love with each other, man. They were back then and pretty much now, except Cheyenne's made the oath, man. Zach, I'm sorry for what happened with us. I didn't believe you would stay with me. Even when you met me, you told me you weren't interested in visiting me. But I never got the chance, so how do you know for sure? I don't. The only way I know is because you never told me you were in Adrella. The only reason you would hide it is because you didn't wish to visit me there. Just like you didn't wish to visit me in Joseph Ferret either. You told me what you were before Winter ever did. I love Winter. He is my husband, and you have Sarah. Our children married Zach, and that's a good thing. They love each other. Who the hell is Winter, Cheyenne? Zane Zossel stole everything from me. I loved you so. I still do. I hate Zossel. Zach, Winter is Zane. He's a spirit warrior. So am I, and so are our children. Zach laughed hysterically. How can that be? You mean this whole time I've been chasing a ghost? Yes, and the memory of you and I is just a ghost now, too. Not to me, it's not. I just remembered you. It hasn't been many summers for me. It was yesterday that I loved you, and I love you still. If I'd known he was a spirit, I would have never chased him. I can't kill fairies or spirits. But why are you so afraid of Ezra and me if you're really in another dimension? He's different. We all are. The spirits chose him to be one when he was a child. They also granted him the scepter early on. He was the first mortal spirit. He wasn't supposed to ever be with a woman. He was supposed to remain pure. It's a rule they have. They wanted all his focus, no distractions, no love to complicate his mission. He fought the spirits and won. You must let Sarah heal you. She can help you heal your pain. I love you, Zach Winsfeld, but I have made the oath. You must stop chasing us. We have huge problems right now. We walked with the spirits to get help. We talked to the Oxlar. We tried to convince them to stop. What did they say? They said no.